Hello, my name is Jackie Gage, and I'm speaking to you today from Partners Training for Transformation in Ireland. I've learned three languages in my life. I learned English very early on, that was the first language I learned. Later, I learned Flemish, and then in my 20s, I learned Hungarian. And I learned those languages with varying degrees of fluency and the ease with which I was able to speak them. David Cantor speaks about three languages which we all speak. And these are the languages of meaning, the language of feeling, and the language of power or action. So each of us has a different mix of fluencies in these languages, and we each have a preferred way of talking about the same thing. Some of us talk and hear most fluently in a language of the head. We tend to express ourselves and hear others in terms of ideas or meanings or concepts. And we're attentive to the content of the conversation that is about making sense of things, or to the content that is muddled, confused, or illogical. These are the things we notice if our language that we're most fluent in is the language of the head. In the language of the heart, we express ourselves and hear others primarily in terms of feelings and emotion. We notice the content of the conversation that's about relationship, inclusion, and warmth, or exclusion and conflict and coldness. And then some of us talk and listen most easily in the language of the hands. We express ourselves and hear others in terms of action or power and intention. We notice we're attentive to the content of the conversation that's about action, about using power, about getting things done, or to inaction or overthinking or powerlessness. When we listen to them, we can hear that they're speaking from different places. They're speaking in different languages. Because of this, there's a danger they won't connect with each other. So just as I speak English, Flemish, Hungarian with varying degrees of fluency and ease, we all hear and understand these three languages of meaning, feeling, and action with different degrees of fluency and ease. So when we're working with groups, what we find really helpful is to really pay attention to what are the languages that people are using. And that starts with noticing what are the languages that I'm using and how can I build up my fluency in speaking and listening in the languages that aren't my preferred language. So you can also look out for the preferences in the group that you're working with, the participants in the group, and look for ways, look for creating opportunities to encourage them to speak and listen in the languages they might be less fluent in. You can check out the DPAL guide for more information about these three languages, and you'll find references there if you want to go deeper. So good luck, and I hope this is helpful for you in your work with groups.